Hey everybody, Neil Malik with Knack Training here, bringing another everyday office video. And in today's video, I'd like to demonstrate how to do a simple animation technique on a chart. So as you can see right here, I have a slide that has one green line superimposed on all these gray lines. And when I start up the presentation from this point, you can see I begin with all the other lines already in place. And all I'm doing here is growing in that first line, then the little bullet point pops up, that little marker that tells us where the high point is, and then the little call out of what that value really is. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to illustrate how to animate in one line of a line chart and then bring up that dot organically like that. So let's start off with the chart to begin with here. Now, if I click on a chart like this one, I can animate this chart. I'll go to my Animations tab at the top of the screen, and the wipe animation is what's going to allow it to look like it grows as it shows up from left to right. However, when I click on it to begin with, as you can see, it goes from right to left instead of left to right, and since that's not how time goes, I'll go here to my Effect options and have it come in from the left. But of course, that's the entirety of that chart. So I don't want the entirety of the chart. What I want is to have the rest of the context already in place. If I go to Effect options, you'll notice that I have the ability to have it come in by series. And that can come in one line, one line, one line, one line, and then finally the last line come in at the end. But here's the trick. I'm going to go to the animation pane up here at the top of the screen, and I'm going to expand this group of animations. And you see that right there? This last animation, Series 5, that's the one that is the green line. The rest of these animations I actually don't need. So I'm going to click on the first animation that's here and use the delete key, use the delete key, use the delete key, use the delete key, use the delete key. And as you can see, now I have just the animation for Series 5. And the remainder of the animations have gone away. Let's go ahead and test this out. I go to the Slideshow tab up here at the top of the screen, start it from the current slide. The rest of the context is in place, and when I move forward, that one line grows in. Now, maybe I want it to go a little bit slower than that. I can definitely make that happen. Again, I can go to the Animations tab at the top of the screen and bump up the duration to maybe 1.5 seconds. And again, that could grow in more of a dramatic fashion. Now it's at this point where I need to drop in my point. I'll just go to my Insert tab at the top of the screen, add a circle, and drop that circle right there at the point that I want to mark. I can fill it, let's say with nice white, clear color, make the outline something like that same green color, maybe then make the weight of that line a bit bigger. Great. And here with the animations, I can make this sort of zoom in or zoom out as it shows up on the page. So I'll click on zoom. As you can see, it grows from nothing right there. Great. Maybe I'd make it move a little bit faster by taking the duration down a little bit. But I don't want to have to click to have that dropped in there. I'm going to change the start from on click to after previous. So after the line has shown up, then the dot goes ahead and shows up as well. And then finally, using my Insert tab up here at the top of the screen, under my shapes, I have a variety of different callouts that I can use. I'll go ahead and grab, let's say, this callout right here. Click and drag to draw it. Great. And I'll just slide this on over a bit. Make sure that the line connects appropriately, and then change the overall aesthetic of that thing. If I need to, I can click on the individual shape that's in here, do a white fill color, and then do something like Q3 75K. And I do need to make sure if it was already green and I changed it to white, then the text was probably all automatically white. I'll go ahead and change the text to black, or let's go with green. Yeah, green looks like a good option there. And again, from this one, I go to the Animations tab, I wipe in from the left, and I have that happen after the previous animation has occurred. So after previous, to be able to highlight the components of this line that are particularly important to us. Let's go ahead and test this out. As you can see, the full context is there on the screen. When I hit the right arrow, the line grows in, the dot shows up, and then the call out to the right-hand side. So that little animation trick there, being able to have one element show up instead of all the elements showing up, and then adding additional components to the chart allows us to call out specific elements that are really important to us.